When the Chancellor delivers her budget on the 26th of November, she'll be announcing over £1 trillion worth of spending. The headlines the next day will be about which departments got more and which departments got less. But a really important point that's often underreported is exactly how that money is spent. Take overseas aid as an example. In 2024, £2.8 billion, that's about 20% of the whole budget, was spent on supporting refugees and asylum seekers in the UK. It never even got beyond our borders. In education, millions of pounds earmarked for school improvement are spent on consultancy fees and administration costs. And in the NHS, documented problems with over-bureaucratisation and administration means the government is targeting billions of pounds of savings in those areas so that that can be refocused on patient care. Then, of course, there's HS2. You'll remember the back tunnel that cost £100 million. And the two northern legs of the line that were subsequently cancelled means that there's been billions of pounds of sunk cost lost on consultations and other planning work that never went ahead. In defence, lots of the budget is spent on very complicated procurement exercises, so it doesn't necessarily reach the front line where you might imagine it ends up. And then let's look at housing. Local councils spent £2.8 billion on housing people in temporary accommodation. That's money that could have been spent on building houses to solve the root problem. And that's an amount that went up by 25% last year. Now, none of this is about whether we spend more or less. It's about understanding how we spent the money and having some reassurance that money is being spent effectively. Right now, it's really difficult for ordinary people to engage with the budget process when they really can't have transparency over how their money is being spent. It would be great if government would publish some really transparent graphical explanations of where the money comes from and where the money goes. I found this graph that The Guardian produced in 2014, which I think is fabulous. It would be great if government could produce something like this ahead of every budget. And of course, we should be asking departments to be transparent in explaining to voters exactly where their money went. If we want a more informed electorate, government must be able to have a proper democratic debate with people so that we can really start to understand what's important to ordinary men and women.